Hello and welcome to That's Rocks. Today I'm going to be doing these two tiger eye cabs. These are the two thicker ones that I got two slabs, and I got two cabs out of the thicker one and three cabs out of the smaller one. And I may do all of them today, but I'm only going to put these two on one video because they're thicker. I don't know how long they're going to take. Plus, editing the photo out or editing the video out, I'll be able to tell how long it's going to be and know whether I can add the other ones to it. But anyway, here's I dropped this one on the wrong side last night. I just got back from my brother's in Shreveport, and last night at about 7:30, and it was about 10 o'clock. I was getting ready to upload today's video, and I realized my cell phone was dead. So that's when I started adopting these, and I evidently flipped this one over to look and see, make sure I was in the center on the back side, but I didn't set it back down with the lines down. I like to keep the lines out so I can look at them because the light's on this side of it. I can't get it all the way over there. And that way I can look at it here to get my shape around the sides. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started. I'll get my other towel here, and I think I'm going to shape it on the 220 grit, depending on how long it takes to come down. The only stuff I've worked on is this stuff that I got. All the other tiger eye cabs I've done two gold tiger eye and one red tiger eye, I believe. And the videos are up, but they were all like this, and I couldn't really do anything with them besides just got the ugly off of them and see what I could go from where I could go to from there. Well, that's one of the other three. Well, there's a tiger eye over there with those old dead tiger eyes. Well, I shouldn't say old dead, not started yet tiger eyes. I wish more of that dark color would have come off on the sides, but it was a pretty thin seam in the host rock, so it had the darker color. You can see there's a little bit dark mixed in here, but there's not as much of it on this side. This is going to be the face. You can't really see it too good, but it's that's going to be the face, and it doesn't have all that dark on it, but the sides are going to have it unless I can curve it down close enough to get away from it, at least get it down far enough that once you put a bale or a fence around the setting, that it's going to be a solid back setting. It don't let any light through. And once you get that up against it, I want there to not be any of that darker color up above it. But the bad part about doing it this way too, with the lines out like this so I can see them, I'd rather go through that than mess it up and cut the face down too skinny on the top, depending on what I'm doing, or messing it up. But anyway, the bad part about that is once I get done shaping it, this one's pretty much done, and you see I left just a little bit around on the outside of the eyes. I'll still take it down, but I'll probably do it with this wheel here. because I don't want to take too much at once. And then I'll have to redop them with the dop stick over here on the line side. Okay, let me go ahead and shape this other one. It's just an oval. And it's got the same deal. It's off the same rock, or same slab. I think I left some bigger points on it. I think I'll go to the 80 grit just to get those down. Okay, that's it for that one on the shaping, or the outlining. I'm going to go stick them in the freezer and break the dops off and change sides with the dop sticks. I'll be right back. Won't even know I'm gone. It'll be just like that. Okay, I'm back. Let's go ahead and get started on this. I got to change my glasses. I forgot about that. I'll go ahead and shape it up. I got this one flipped around to the right side now. So here we go. Don't put your leg around that other side. I'm used to doing the first one with my leg outside the leg of the table here so that I can get to it a little better this way. And so every time I start on even the 220, I want to do the same thing. I dopped this on the wrong side again. Or this is the other one. This is the first one I dopped on the wrong side, and I dopped this one on the wrong side, and I've got it shaped up too much now to mess with it. The back side of it didn't have all that stuff on it. I'm an idiot. Of course, I'd have probably got into that further down in here anyway, maybe. I don't know. When I rounded the other side, so. Well, this would be one chalked up to experience. That's what I get for being in a hurry. I may make it a little smaller too, just so I can get rid of that dark stuff. If I don't like it, it ain't gonna look very good without getting it off. I think I'm just going to try to get as much of this off the sides, and then we can figure out a shape from there. So I'm going to lose some thickness, but maybe I'll turn it into an oval. That might not help either. This seems to go in pretty deep, so does this. This one looks like it's going to be all right, but go over here and see what I can get. That's going to take forever to get that off there. What the heck? My pads seem to be waterproof. Wow, I took a lot off of there and it still ain't coming out very good. I might have to go straight down from that. I'm going to tumble that one. Actually, let me trying to give it a better shape. I've done messed it up too bad. I should have re-dopped it, but I didn't catch it until after I'd already started taking off the upper section and ruining my shape on my outline. I'm just going to tumble it using a tumble drop. Let's see what it looks like after running this one over it for a little bit. I may get lucky. Maybe it's just the other grit is making it look so nasty. It got a lot darker after I started using that one. Both sides did. But that may be because I was getting down to a darker section too. I was. It's looking a little lighter, but yeah, I'm just going to tumble that one. I know this one's on the right side because I don't see no lines. That should have been the biggest giveaway I've ever seen, as to the fact that I dopped it wrong. I caught the first one right off the bat before I even started doing anything with it. Okay. This one didn't have a whole lot of dark on the backside either, so this will probably come off. And I've still got a little room to play with it on my line, with my line there. Some pretty dark spots there, and that might run a little deep, but as long as it's on the edge, it might not make any difference. That looks like a good pattern. Just if I can get rid of that dark stuff. And maybe the cab was cut wrong. I don't know. I don't think so. It looked like all the cabs, the slab was cut wrong, but it looked like the slab Theo Kellison cuts on his, or the way he cuts them. Because because that's what you're trying to showcase, so that'd be the way you cut it. This being a thinner seam, all his were thicker seams, so. That's probably why they sold them rather than keeping them after they slabbed it. If I knew more about it, I would have just made them thinner, smaller, gotten away from that dark stuff. But I had one of these. Had a good pattern in it, but you can see how much host rock is on there on this end, and the dark stuff on this end, and this is darker but than this one, but it does have black on here. But I can't really tell on these because these were sitting out when the fire happened, and so they got soot on them. And I tried to clean it off. It did absolutely no good. I think this is off the same rock. This piece here. These come with my National Geographic tumbler. But you can see there's quite a bit of dark stuff on this lower level. But I can't tell if that's soot or the same stuff I'm messing with now. I'm trying to get rid of now. That's a shame because I wanted one at least bigger cab. This doesn't look like it's getting any lighter either. A little bit, but I still got a ways to go on it. I'm gonna be mad if I can't make anything out of these. Oh, and it's kind of directional too, that darker stuff. Oh, I've come all the way down. I don't know why I keep doing that. Come down a little bit far on my girdle down there too. This one's only got the dark stuff on that upper side where my thumb's at. This one seems to be okay. This one's got it on the side and down here, but those black lines may not come out it either. But we'll see what we got, see if I wasted my money, which wouldn't surprise me. Not having ever seen a whole slab in person. some I'm going to leave my top alone too, so I don't make my stone too thin to start out with. I haven't cut past my line yet, so. That's why I left so much on, or left a little bit of it outside those lines. This down here, my line wasn't quite as thick as the other one, but still haven't gone past it yet. But I may not be able to make my girdle the same height there. Once you've gone down too far, you can always straighten out that girdle by just going at a 90 degree around it. There may be a way to get that out of there, but I don't know how to do it. And if it's iron, I could probably soak it in iron out. But I'm not sure if the rest of this doesn't have enough iron in it to make it just fall apart like one of those filter feeding whale teeth. Look like a couple of brooms come together, or all split up into individual fibers. I don't know. It's a little, I hope you can see, it gets a little bit lighter and then a little bit darker. I hope there's enough light on it, but once you turn it, it lightens and darkens it back up. It's also the same on the top, so if you look at it straight on, and you look at it from the side, it's darker. Keep my dang knuckles off that other wheel. Can't tell I haven't done anything with this in a week. Figures too. This one, it doesn't, it turned this way, it doesn't turn this way. It doesn't do that. Turn this way. I guess it's not, it doesn't look like it's showing up there to me. Maybe there's just not enough light shining on it. It's lighter this way than it is this way. Or lighter this way than it is that way. Man. Why do you keep doing that? Because I got my knee. My knee kept sitting in the right spot to put me right even with this one. So that table leg there. Maybe taking the top down on them further. Shorten them up down to about here. That might help. That might be why these other ones were cut so much thinner. Might have to try that rounding thing, see if it helps. Shortening it, or making it thinner. Plus that'll help me get it completely round on the top too and not have a flat spot. Or completely domed, not round. Tried it with that other one, but that stuff was a little bit darker yet. And I don't remember which one of these was 15 and which one of the two slabs that I got. I don't know which one was 50. Don't remember which one was $15 and which one was $17. But it's only $2, so it'll make no difference. And, you know, well, it is the difference, but of $2. You usually pay for lessons one way or the other, whether you want to or not. And this is a lesson. Because these other ones, they're so small, I couldn't cut them up or anything. Too small to get anything cut on the saw out of that. So basically what I did was just took the ugly off of them, and I made them, when I made them, they still had a dark end at the bottom and a dark top. And I made them to hang this way, but they weren't pointed or anything on the ends either, I don't think. It's been a while since I've done it, so. I could go back and look at the videos, but I don't have time for that right now. I got to get a video out. Well, I've got footage I can edit, but it's stuff I've already cut and polished some of. I'm trying to give you a variety so I don't bore you to death. That's helping. That's helping a lot. Cool beans. Only when it's hanging a certain direction and turned a certain direction. Now I'm getting darkness clear up into here and up through there. And this is lightening up. That was something I didn't know about. I'll have to go back and watch. I didn't see Theo make anything out of his cabs. He just cut them, or cut the slabs. Man made a mistake. It's getting a lot darker all the way across. It's hard to figure this stuff out right off the bat. Well, and I know my girl's not nowhere near down far enough on that side. Basically got rid of my girl on one side, which is not going to bother me any. You can always fold it down over top of it, or fold the fence down over on top of it, or whatever it's called. soon as how this dark layer wasn't up here on this end, on this side before, maybe I can, but you can't really see it at one angle. Oh, that's probably, that might be what it is. I'll have to remember that. Maybe it's the direction that, you got to get a better look at the direction it's laying, but I don't know how you could do that either. Just when you're getting ready to slab it, or when you're slabbing it, usually you can take the first slab off and that'll give you a better idea of the pattern, but until you cut the second slab off where you got two sides that have been cut instead of just one, it'd probably be hard to figure it out. That looks like a healed fracture almost. Okay. Change plans. Before I run out of rock, it's getting thinner and it's got no skirt left on it. I can put a skirt back on it, but I want to try the iron out thing. That'll let me know whether it's going to hurt it too. So seems how this one's pretty much a waste without it. I might as well give it a shot on both of these. I think I'll just leave them on the dop stick too. I don't know if there's any iron in that wood, but I don't think so. It's white pine, not iron. I'm not ironwood. And trust me, I don't think ironwood has any iron in it either. Okay, let me go in and get some a cup of hot water so I can put that iron out in it, or a jar of hot water. Okay, I'm back. We're going to be working on these two tiger eye calves. Couldn't get the dark to come out of them, and with soaking them in iron out, I found out that's probably magnetite, because I figured out that the dark lines on these other ones back here, you see the metal shine off of it, that's magnetite, or hematite, sorry, hematite. And I don't know what takes hematite out. If that's hematite. If it's not, no big deal. This one's ready to go to the, well, maybe not quite. I think I'm going to have to work on both of these. This one here is not quite shaped correctly. I got it a little less pointed on this end and a little more pointed on this end. Just from trying to grind off the sides. They're definitely not either one of them. This one's the shape I actually cut it out at, as you can see by the lines on the back of it. But this one here, I ground all the lines off of it, trying to get that black stuff off. So I'm gonna go back here and finish shaping it on the 220, and then just finish polishing it out. think I will take these to aluminum oxide. This one seems to be clouding up a little bit. And that may not come off with the aluminum oxide, but then again it may. I don't think I need to worry about any of it getting in the rock because it's not fractured any. This piece isn't. Oh, sorry. Get up here where I can see the monitor. Got a fairly good shine on it. See how it sometimes spreads out a little further in both directions, depending on which way it is to the light. You can kind of see through the darkness on this side a little bit, like it's got a darker agate over top of the fibers, but I don't know enough about it to be able to tell you exactly what that is. Okay, that one's ready for aluminum oxide. I've been trying to keep it from putting something behind it, make it stay focused better, because anything moving behind it, it wants to change focus. So, but then I realized it's probably looking for my face. And I don't think, so then I decided to just block out my face. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and take this to the these two to the aluminum oxide, and then I'll show them to you again after the aluminum oxide. I don't know if you can see the cloudiness in it, but we'll do that and go from there. I'm just going to. Okay, here they are after the. I'm going to stand up on this one just so I can see it better. With these 3-power glasses, I can't zoom in good enough, or I can't see it good enough. Got a whole lot better shine on it now. And I can't get it to show up on camera, I don't think. I'll have to look when I edit to tell if it's showing up good enough on the shine part. It's still a little cloudy on that hematite, but anyway, there's the first one. There's the next one. It's not as dull on the outside edges as it was. It was cloudy looking. Maybe my glasses are fogging or dirty too. But anyway, that's the video. And the white on the back of this is from the iron out on the dop wax. That's not powder from my. There you can see it a little better. That's not powder from my aluminum oxide. I guess it didn't care for the iron out much. Hopefully it won't hurt my dop wax when I melt that back into the pot. But anyway, that's the video. I've got one. I'll be putting one up tomorrow night. I'm not sure whether it's going to be this one or whether it's going to, well, it's going to have to be one of these two. This one or these three Tiger Eye. Other three Tiger Eye. These are the second ones I started on. This is the first ones, but I was getting frustrated with all that dark on there because it wasn't showing on the flat face. It was showing on the outer edges, but it wasn't showing on the flat face. And I'm not sure why that is. I think I was able to round off some of these I got from National Geographic, and the only place I had to worry about was the top and bottom here, where you've got the host rock and the hematite, and those were black, just like these are black on this edges, but they were just black on the very bottom and the very top. They were, well, it was more of a brown on one of them because it was more of a brown host rock instead of the hematite. This one doesn't look like it's got a whole lot of hematite in it, but and I should have wet those down. The reason they're dark is because they went through the fire. There's the other one, and it's got hematite in the bottom up down here. You can see a layer of it. But these went through the fire, so they got soot on them, so they're not showing up all that good. And I'll work these one of these days and do a freeform cab out of them. Not sure when, because I'm trying to give you guys a little variety rather than putting up all of one thing for big long periods of time till I get all of the slabs done. Like say when I did these Brazilian agates, I've only polished 2 of them so far. They do have good lines in them and stuff, but these got fractures in them quite a bit also. And I've got a feeling I'm going to be having to make them into samples because the way the lines are running. I don't know if you can see the pattern. But it kind of runs around the outside edges this way, and so it's kind of harder to, you can't cut that up and make a cab out of it very easily. And this one's got a little bit of a druzy pocket in the back, and it's got common opal on this side. You can see that white there, but I got another one that's got a little bit of a druzy, and then the opposite side of the one with the common opal. But those were the only 2 ones with druzy, I do believe. I don't know. I think I've done 2 cabs of this. But anyway, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share. Leave a comment, any comment. And if you know anything about Tiger Eye, let me know if this is normal, or if it was cut slabbed wrong, or if I just needed to leave it flat. Because I swear I've seen, Dad had a ring that had a domed cab just like this one. I've probably mentioned it a dozen times on this video already, and it didn't have dark stuff on the sides. So I don't know what it is. But anyway, you all have a good day and stay tuned for the next one. Bye.